In the dim glow of the bathroom's flickering light, steam from the running shower wrapped the space in a hazy warmth. Two women stood close, too close, their eyes locking with an intensity that spoke louder than words. Need Me to Stay wasn't just a song playing faintly from the club outside. It was a confession neither of them had dared to make out loud. Every beat seemed to echo their own racing heartbeats. Every lyric whispered the truth they both tried so desperately to hide from the world and from themselves. Sasha leaned against the cold, tiled wall, her breath shallow, her eyes tracing every curve of Ava's face as if memorizing it for the first time. It wasn't the first time they had found themselves here. This small, steamy bathroom had become their secret refuge, a world away from the noise and the judgment waiting just outside the door. Beyond that door, the club pulsed with flashing lights and the endless chatter of strangers. But in here, time slowed to a single heartbeat, to a shared gaze, to the promise of a touch. Ava's hand trembled slightly as she reached up, her fingers gently brushing a damp strand of hair from Sasha's cheek. "You always run," she whispered, her voice so soft it was almost lost in the sound of the shower. "But I need you to stay this time." The words hung in the air, heavy with unspoken history. Sasha closed her eyes, letting the plea sink deep into the guarded spaces of her heart. For months, they had danced this delicate, painful dance around each other's stolen glances across crowded rooms, hands that brushed for a second too long, late-night texts that always ended just before the sun came up, before things got too real. Yet here, surrounded by mist and the distant thrum of music, the walls they had so carefully built between them finally began to melt away. Ava stepped closer, the space between them disappearing until their foreheads were touching, their breaths mixing in the humid air. "You don't have to be afraid," she murmured, her voice a soothing balm on Sasha's frayed nerves. The closeness was electric, an almost unbearable current of anticipation. The scent of Ava's perfume, the softness of her lips hovering just inches away. It was all becoming too much to resist. It was inevitable. And then, their lips met. It started as a hesitant, searching kiss, a question asked without words. But it deepened with every passing second, fueled by months of pent-up longing and unspoken desire. The world outside, the club, the people, it all vanished. All that remained was the warmth of skin against skin and the undeniable rhythm of their shared need. Sasha's hand slid up Ava's back, her fingers gripping the fabric of her dress, pulling her impossibly closer until every inch of space between them was gone. Water droplets from the steam clung to their faces, running down their necks like silent tears, blending with the real ones neither of them realized were falling. This wasn't just passion. It was a release. It was the breaking of months of suffocating silence, the answer to a question both had been too terrified to ask. In that kiss, they found something real, something fragile yet so powerful it felt unbreakable. As the music outside shifted, the chorus of a new song rose, its lyrics wrapping around them like a whispered promise. "If you need me to stay, I will." The words echoed in Sasha's heart, a perfect reflection of the moment. She finally, truly understood what Ava had been trying to tell her all along. Love wasn't about running away from the fear. It was about finding the courage to stay. When their lips finally parted, they lingered in the afterglow, foreheads still pressed together, eyes meeting in the dim light, hearts still racing in unison. "So," Ava whispered, a teasing, radiant smile breaking through her tears, "does this mean you're not running this time?" A soft, genuine smile touched Sasha's lips. She pressed her forehead more firmly against Ava's, a silent vow passing between them. "No," she breathed, the word a sigh of relief. "I'm done running." Outside, the relentless beat of the night continued, loud and alive. But inside the four walls of their sanctuary, everything was still. The air carried the soft, gentle hum of a new beginning, a love that was uncertain, raw, and so beautifully real. The mirror beside them reflected their embrace, capturing not just two women holding each other, but two souls who had finally found the courage to stay. And in that reflection, under the soft haze of light and steam, love finally took shape, not perfect, not easy, but honest and true. The door creaked open just a fraction, letting in a sliver of sound from the world outside. They both laughed softly, a shared, intimate sound, still holding each other tight. The world could wait. For now, this moment was theirs. Their song, their secret, their truth. It wasn't an ending, but the beginning of something unforgettable, a story born not from a perfect fantasy, but from the simple, profound bravery to love, even in the smallest, steamiest corners of the night.